You know, the holidays are a time when families tend to get together, spend a lot of time together. If you're feeling lonely, or maybe you don't have that kind of support, those lonely feelings can really amplify.
Yeah, that's why it is so important to recognize the loneliness, recognize those feelings, and it's a significant mental health concern. It could be, or not just a temporary emotion. Joining us this morning to share more is Danielle Price, the Crisis Line Program Manager at the Harris Center. Danielle, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me this morning.
Okay, so let's talk about loneliness around the holidays. It can be a really fun time. It can be a stressful time too for a lot of families. What are the families that you've spoken with say is the hardest part, about this time of season?
Yeah, the hardest part around this time of year is the holidays are times that families tend to get together, they spend time with one another, they're having fun, making memories, and so for some people that can really just bring up feelings of isolation and loneliness if they don't have that support.
Yeah.
If they don't have anybody to talk to or gather with, maybe they've experienced recent loss, and so that can be very difficult. So it's just really important that we recognize the impact loneliness can have on mental health, be attentive to it, and try to help where we can.
So what kinds of resources do you have at the Harris Center then for folks who are feeling lonely?
Yeah, at the Harris Center, we offer a variety of services. We have several outpatient clinics that offer counseling services, psychiatry services, crisis intervention services, support groups, and we also have a 24-hour crisis line. So we provide emotional support. We're there if someone is going through a hard time and they may have suicidal thoughts, although you don't have to be feeling that way to reach out to us, but we just like to provide a caring, safe space for somebody to reach out and get the support that they need.
I think a lot of times too is when you're maybe thinking about reaching out, you might think, oh, my struggle or my feelings is not big. It's not enough to bother someone. You kind of feel guilty. What would you say to someone that may think, my issue or what I'm struggling with is not big enough?
I would say no problem is too little, too big. Everybody's struggles and concerns are different, and we approach it that way. We don't want anybody to feel like their problem is any less important than the next person. So we treat every individual, with respect, empathy. We're non-judgmental, and we just try to provide the best support that we can.
And within that conversation, what kind of practical advice can you give somebody over the phone who's going through? I mean, obviously the connection is nice, but what do you tell them? How do you talk to them? How do you approach it?
Yeah, I think the best thing to encourage somebody to do is to stay involved during this time, to try not to get away from their routine. Have a good self-care routine. What does your day-to-day normally look like for you? If you typically exercise once a day, or reading is your thing, or going for a walk, continue that routine and consistency. But then also during this time, there's a lot of community events and volunteer events. So if people can get involved in things like that, it can really provide a sense of purpose and meaning for that
Helping
person.
others would be a good way to kind of deal with the loneliness.
Absolutely.
You mentioned the crisis helpline. It's 24 hours, so if somebody's having thoughts or feeling bad or needs help at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, they can call you.
Absolutely. We have staff available any time of day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And what is it about that staff that's so important? Because, I mean, imagine it takes a certain person to pick up the phone and really have that, whatever it is, that empathy within them to connect with a stranger they don't know who's going through a tough time. So what kinds of people work those lines?
I would say very strong individuals, people that care a lot about our community. Our staff is amazing, they're caring, and they just want to help. And so I think just having a big heart is a big part of
Is there any special training they go through, or they?
Yeah, so we do provide several weeks of training to prepare them the best way that we can, with practice calls and scenarios to try to prepare them for anything that they may hear on the lines.
How would you say the community can help play a role into helping to combat loneliness during the holidays? Are there any programs where people can get involved?
There's a lot of usually community organizations that have events, volunteer events, but I think the biggest thing is really just us as a community being kind to one another. If you're out and about with people, a simple smile to them will make a difference. Check on your friends, check on your family, check on your loved ones. If you know someone has experienced loss recently, reach out to them proactively. they will 100% appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to add about the center or the crisis line? Are we giving out the number? Do we have it?
Yes, so our number is 713-970-7000, and it's option 1 for the crisis line. We do also offer answer the 988 National Suicide Crisis Line, so you can just dial 988 to reach us. And the message I really want to leave to people is that you're not alone. There are resources and support through the Harris Center, through our crisis line, that can help you at any time.
Yes. Thank you so much, Danielle, for
Thank you
sharing
for
that
having me.
so super important message. Thank you.